everyone. I just want to show a quick video here how I used MM4X software with a quarters theory to identify reversals. And let me start by saying here we're looking at the dollar yen at the 1 hour. You can always put a lot of indicators. You can try to figure out what's happening out there. But you see, we do have an advantage when we use our software because this is more than just price action, more than just reading these candles here and show head and shoulders, pointy, dodgies. Yeah, they may coincide, but the big institutions, they don't care about any of that. They don't have time to put all these indicators. They go from one price level to the other. It's simple. Hey, I want to buy on $1 and I want to sell sell it a dollar and a quarter, and those 25 cents equals X amount of money, and that's what they want to do, and that's what they do. So by just looking at a chart with a bunch of indicators, it may even get confusing. And on top of that, all these indicators are lagging. So they just tell a story of what happened in the past. Yes, they may repeat in the future, but necessarily it's not true. So we're looking at the 1 hour dollar yen. And I'm going to go over to a different way of looking at the market, and this is with the MM4X software. And I'm not displaying here the quarters theory price levels here, but I just want to show you that it's pretty much the same time. Around 8 September, where a major reversal happened. 8 September here. So how do we tell? How do we take an advantage of identifying a big reversal here? Well, we simply use the trader's dynamic index indicator on the bottom, and as you can see here, we have a mid-level of 50, and we have a higher level and a low level. By looking at these lines here, the price is the green one, the signal is the red, the yellow will be the sentiment of the market. So you have kind of a bearish sentiment because it's below the 50 line. As you can see here, if we go back in time, we can see kind of a squeeze there on the TDI, on the upper level, on the 68 level, and you can see the market how it goes down. Well, the TDI, the yellow line, also goes down, passes the 50, and it stays in the bottom. And what we're looking for are over extensions of these lines, especially the green line, when it goes away from the volatility line. So when it crosses again, we're looking for those crosses. And at the 1 hour, it's less noise than just looking at a 1 minute or a 3 minute. Yes, you can make money if you are scalping, but we want to relax, right? We want to go in the market and see that money grow steadily without having to be glued to the charts, which a lot of us do, sometimes when there are exciting news or events on the market, we try to participate. So here I'm looking at an overextension. You see, we can see the price being pushed down and pushed down. Here's an overextension. You can see a little reaction. Remember, these are 1 hour candles. But it got to a point that it kind of stopped here, and you wonder why. Well, as I said before, the institutions, they go by price levels. They don't care about your Fibos and RSIs, all that fancy set of indicators that someone sold us, as a holy grail. They go by price levels. We do have here a quarter level price. You see this solid black line. 75 pips away, we'd see a blue line. It's a hesitation line where, sometimes the price stops before continuing, and sometimes it reverses. But this is a quarter line, for example, a small quarter line, and a large quarter line. And a whole round number here is this red line. So you see that the price kind of traveled. You see, in this case, it kind of went all the way to the hesitation line, but it reversed and went back to a round number. And then it tried to see, hey, do we have enough sellers to push it down? Do we have enough buyers? Kind of a test. And then at one point, market opens, boom, and there's a gap here. A gap that is not filled until down the road. But you see the big force here. The price goes below the 800 and the 50, and it's bouncing out to 200 until boom, it just starts dropping. Start to test this area again, it just keeps on dropping. But what happens if you look at it? Look where the price stopped. This is not more about price action. This is more about price levels. So as an institution, I would say, hey, if this goes below this, I'm interested in going short. Or maybe they're already short, and they help push this price down. For the first point, you have 75 pips at this level in 51 hours since it started playing around with that level. The next level down will be 125 pips, and then it corrects itself, and then this will be a great time to go in again, as this will be a third entry, and it goes back to this level, price level here. It kind of plays with the market and takes out all these people that are short before they really push it down, and they trick again. These are all we know, market makers, right? The big houses, they play around, they take us in and out. Okay, and then it kind of gives you the sensation it's going back, but the overtrend is down, and just boom, they really drop in. The whole move, 250 pips. 250 pips. Okay, so that was a big trend down, and as a consequence, it seems like it's almost stopped, right? So what happens here? You see the TDI on the bottom is going boom, push down. You see one overextension here, very small. You see another overextension. You see 1, 2, 3 overextensions. Now you see a change of direction. You see a sharp angle of this going up. So it's not just touching it or just going along. No, it's a sharp connection here. A sharp direction. And what happens? There's no more action below this 107.500. Now it starts to reverse. So this is how we say, hey, this is an interesting area to be looking at. Let's mark it. So it goes around here. Let's just say it's around there. Okay. So that's on September 8th. Okay. So when you have your area of interest, you can try to get around this price here. If not, you will be paying close attention to entering in the other price level on the way up. So what happens here is you will go down to a 15-minute level, and you look at September 8th. Excuse the scrolling around, and as you can see, this is where I put the vertical line, and here you can see all the price levels, and the price just testing these areas, coming back to this level, trying to go up and come back, and eventually one day they just open the market, boom, they're at a different level already. And that's when they decide to the market decides that we're going up. We don't know when exactly all this is going to happen, but at least we can see these levels and try to get on with the big guys, because it takes millions of dollars just to move one pip. So it's not that we are going to make a difference by putting 1 lot, 5 lots, even 20 lots like I have here. It's not going to make a big difference. It's going to take 1 million traders putting 1 lot at a time to even make a difference here. So this is a institution game, not a retail trader game. We all know that. Okay, so this is an area of interest. We identify from a 1 hour time frame. So what happened what happened is, as we look back, that price, when it reversed, it decided to go up. And look where it went. The first major stop is back at that round number, back to 250 pips that it came down from. So it goes down 250, and then it goes back to that 250 area. And to tell the story, It stays around and is looking for buyers or sellers to keep pushing. And there's a little battle here, a little consolidation, maybe sweeping around the market. Then a big push. Where do I move it? Sorry. Where do they move it? They move it to the next level, right? They move it. This mouse. They move it to this area, and they keep pushing it. This is 100 pips, and then they bring it down, and you can see the price, how the price is moving and stopping at these levels. See, you got a nice little box here, right? Before what they do, they push it to the other level, another 75, and then they bring it down again, and then go up again. This is a story. I mean, this is what they do over and over again, hitting these price levels. It's all about the price levels. Forget your RSIs and all that. Yeah, I can help, but this is the game. Look where it stopped. Look in this price level, which it did visit before. Look at this, right? And then plays around this level. And basically, that's what I wanted to show. If we look at the big picture, imagine if you are able to enter and hold, for those real swing traders, you open and hold this position. Let's just say you didn't get on the bottom. Let's again you get on this hesitation line level. It's a nice little 500 pips move, and this is a power of the MM4X software. Not only that, because when we use the EA that comes with the MM4X software, what we're doing here is managing our money. Okay, it's doing a lot of the decision for us. I mean, while we're sleeping, it's adding position for us. For example, this is you can put it on a fixed lot size or 2% based on risk. This 2% equals 21 lots in this case, in this account. But what you do is you can say, okay, my take profit is 200 pips from now. In this case, it was a little bit more, but you can start with 200 pips. You can start with 20 pips or 50 pips as a stop loss. You break even. You can change them. To let's say 40 pips plus 2. You can put a trailing stop. You can say, okay, once I'm in 15 pips in profit, for example, let's start doing that trailing stop. Okay, you can say, okay, at 10 pips or at 50 pips, take 50% off the table, let the other 10 run. And you can also say how many other positions you want to add to the overall trade, and at how many pips, So it goes 50 pips, takes 50% off the table. Hey, it did another, let's just say, add-on pips. You say, well, if it does another 25 pips, I want to go in again. So every time it moves 25 pips, I want to go in again. And you can say how many iterations you want. You can say, hey, a maximum of 5, because in this account it will be 100 lots. So you may have a restriction with a broker. You say no more than 100 lots, and that's why it's it makes a big difference, to trade with this software, and that's what I like about. And these long swing trades, you're capturing 500 pips, you just let it ride. And that's what I had to show. And I hope you enjoy this. And I welcome your comments. And for any questions, visit us at mm4x.com. We're also on the Facebook, and we do have a Telegram channel. And all this will be provided in the comments below. Thank you. Have a great trading day.